small gym or something like that. But really, what kind of future do you have with that? You know, I mean, that's scary. Hopefully, you know, I'll be able to do stuff on the side with this. People recognize me, which is great. Got some fan emails, which is kind of cool. You know, I always answer them. I remember one kid wrote back saying, you know, thanks. You know, a lot of pros don't write back, and that kind of hit me. It's like, well, yeah, I guess I am a pro. You know, I mean, that's weird because when I think pros, I think Cordova, I think Whitaker, you know, I think Wiedner, I think the guys that I look up to. It's kind of cool. Beta-alanine in here. When I first started using that, I didn't get tired. Beta-alanine, citrulline, well, that's in here too, but calcium hydrolysate, which I started using instead of the BCAAs. Yeah, I'm breathing a little heavy now. I'm an old man. I really don't get tired. Like there are days where it's like, you know, I'm talking to people, I'm training, I'm talking, I'm training. I look at the clock and I think, it's like, wow, you know, 2 hours and 20 minutes. What the hell have I been doing? And it doesn't feel like it. So I mean, occasionally supplements do come along that are worthwhile. Creatine, I think we all realize that. Beta-alanine, I'm sold on. You know, obviously you don't go out and start pounding it if you're not getting enough protein or have a decent diet, but it can make a difference. It can. You know, as long as your diet's in place, you'll recover from a longer session. The Lat Pulldown. Every kid comes over like, is that an ab exercise? Gotta explain what I'm doing. Scapular retractions for my mid-back. Oh, does that work your biceps? No. Most of the kids, and it's not a dig, I did the same thing, but the majority of their information comes from Flex Magazine or Muscle Tech ads. You know, you get information there, but it's not always going to apply to you. And you really gotta, I guess, think outside your comfort zone, go to another gym, see what people are doing. 2 kids the other day came over, they showed me in their notebook that they were doing Stu's trap routine, which basically involved, you know, laying on an incline bench, doing front raises with a wide grip to improve the lower traps, and then doing cables, 2 handles standing backwards, kind of pull backwards, develop that side thickness. I mean, these are things that I didn't invent them, but most kids wouldn't think of these. You know, you need to learn from people that came before you, people that train with other people that have other sources. I mean, look, I started picking Mitch's brain over there. You know, Mitch is in the 60s. You know, Mitch used to train at Frigno's gym. I mean, guys that were around, guys that were training long before I was even born. And I mean, that's a source of information that I can learn from, even though he's never stepped on a stage himself. Once you think you know it all, you're done. I figured out to do this with the low incline bench, the cables. You see a lot of people, and I used to do this too, we grab the low cables and you heave them in the air. And eventually one day I kind of realized, like, I'm not sore in my upper chest. I'm getting this really wicked pump in my front delt. Or, you know, like most kids or younger trainers, you get too much weight and your biceps are cranked and you're getting, I don't know where you get the pump. So what I did was, I basically just figured out a way to do a cable fly, but change the angle. Not so much that I'm pulling up above where the shoulder takes in, but just enough of an angle where I'm actually kind of bringing it in and up just high enough to recruit this without actually bringing the anterior delt in. I mean, it's something that, you know, I can explain it as best as I can, but you really kind of gotta, you know, hands-on feel it and kind of, oh wait, yeah, that's where it is. So we're actually put a couple plates under flat bench. I find if I actually do like the traditional decline, I guess what it's about 45 degrees, I don't really feel it as much, but that slight little bit just really kind of helps me. Just enough of the lower chest, but not too much like a dip, because I've never been able to feel regular chest dips. It always kind of bothered my shoulder. I never really felt the contraction on it, but you know, just that slight decline. I've actually read a couple of things online where, you know, and I know you can't believe what you read on the internet, but there's actually a couple of doctors where they've actually cited studies saying that slight decline will actually recruit more mid-chest fibers than flat. So I actually did that entirely instead of flat for an entire year. Now I kind of go back and forth. I know I'm never going to have this like great decline, not decline, but like a low chest. You know, when I really shred down for a show, that's just not how my pecs attach. Again, you do the best of what you got. You get your cards, you play them. When I do the traditional angle decline, never really felt it in my chest. It really just felt like very awkward, more like I was just kind of pushing down. I don't know, I felt some weird kind of rib lat thing going on. So I found that just by having like a slight decline, I was actually feel my chest more, by allowing my hands not to be locked into the traditional pronated movement and kind of move more to like a, you know, a neutral, more natural positioning. I got a much better contraction in my lower chest. I don't try to bring the weight down on my pecs. I kind of angle more, I guess kind of between the pecs and the actual rib cage. So it's not quite duplicating a dip movement, but it's also not a traditional decline the way most people do. You can see I'm gonna block out, keep the tension on the chest all the time. I also try to accelerate the weight. I know Fred Hatfield used to write, was compensatory acceleration training. Christian T. what I talked about, implementing speed work, where you could actually increase the perceived stress on a muscle by accelerating through the concentric force, and you know, with the not your maximum weight. So this allows me, and I'm still going to go a little heavier, but it allows me to tax the muscle without really pounding my joints, which have taken some serious beatings over the years. When either my speed or I feel my form is on the verge of kind of tapering off, dropping, that's usually when I terminate a set. I don't feel reps beyond that are going to be productive. I'd rather kill it, catch my breath, reset myself, and attack it again in a minute for more productive reps, contribute to the overall growth.